Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. This is The Story Continues, number 53, I think. We have a few things to get through today. I channeled two people. Well, one person and one spirit guide. I want to talk about the Democrats and Republicans' energy for the upcoming month of May. I want to talk about Kamala Harris's week ahead, and I want to look at what happened to Donald Trump's spirit during the Pope's funeral. Okay, so hopefully we'll get through those. I'm not sure if it'll be a 2-hour video. I'm thinking of cutting back on the amount of time I take to do my videos. At least on Mondays, I think. I don't know. We'll see, because sometimes I get into a reading and they end up 2 hours, but we'll see. Okay? But I'm pretty sure today is not going to be 2 hours. All right? If you want a personal reading from me, you can click more in the description of this video and you'll see the link there. You could also find the link in the pinned comments, and if you have no idea what I'm talking about, you can email me moonlightergy15@gmail.com, and we could set up, you could request a personal reading. Okay? Alright, so everything I say here is for entertainment and informational purposes only. Everything I say here is alleged, even in the comments. All right. Oh yeah, I didn't get any links for Small Business Monday, but I wanted to shout out Dr. Ken, of course, at the Indigo Corner. Please check him out. Please go subscribe. He's trying to make it to 500. He deserves it. He's been pumping out a lot of videos. He's been doing lives. Kudos to him. I wish I could do lives, but I just don't have the structure for it, the emotional structure to do a live. But go check him out. He's been doing a lot of really good videos, a lot of pick a cards, a lot of political readings. Very, very good. Please go check him out. Go subscribe if you haven't. Interact with him. I also wanted to shout out, hold on, give me 1 second. Sorry, bear with me, guys. Okay, sorry about that. I got distracted. I wanted to shout out Harry Hart Brown. Go check his channel out as well. He makes videos called Holy Mackerel videos. They're very good. Also, he does spiritual videos. He's really, really good. Please go subscribe to him. Shout out to Trisha, Archangel channel. Please go subscribe if you haven't. Really, really good spiritual stuff on there. Really good messages from angels. Really good political videos as well. Okay. Shout out to Shelly as well. Hi, Shelly. Always have to shout out Shelly. Okay, so let's start. Let us start. First of all, I hope you had a restorative weekend. I hope you had a good weekend. My weekend was okay. It was good. It wasn't bad. All right. Okay, so I channeled messages. I channeled B, my spirit guide. I wanted to talk to B. I wanted to talk to him just because I felt, B actually requested to talk to me. And I said, okay. And so I asked B a few things. I just want to say the energy is very different. It feels much clearer. It feels locked in. It doesn't feel uncertain. going to talk about these things now. Okay, so that's what's most interesting. I asked about Donald Trump, and B said Donald Trump is coming to an end much sooner than you know. His time is up. I don't know if you guys noticed or saw that his 100 days is up, and he has the worst approval rating of any president in 80 years. So the number they have, I'm sure it's much lower. I even saw something where he was in the negative in his approval rating. Definitely in the negative for independent voters, like minus 29%. Now, the lowest, it's in hell. His approval rating. And it just shows to me, like, if someone, I get it, people's approval ratings, and it was the same when he was first president, but it's like, if he won fairly, legally, why is his approval rating so low? The support has always been so low, because he didn't. Anyway, and he's upset. Like I said, he's really upset. And if you didn't see my reading on Friday where I talked about his week ahead, no, not Friday. Was it Friday? The Friday before last, where I talked about his week ahead, and I said he'd be very isolated, and as you could see, no one wanted to interact with him at the funeral. No one wanted to talk to him. He is on social media this week, very emotional because the news about his approval rating and all the news reports and everyone posting about it, and he's very upset. So I love that for him. Anyway, be continued. The collective energy is starting to shift and progress faster. It's you all doing this. It's all of you doing this, he said. And he continued, there is a collective strength pushing negative forces. Hold on, I can't see. What does that say? Pushing negative forces back. It is growing weaker every day. And then he said, Donald Trump's energy, I asked about his energy. He said, Donald Trump's energy is spread too thin. It is weakened even further. And then I asked, what do we continue to do? He said, the collective needs to continue to seek the truth. Prepare for the truth. The collective needs to seek the truth, prepare for the truth. He was serious. He usually uses humor, but he didn't in this conversation. He is serious. Very serious. Actually, I channeled three people. 2 people and a spirit guide. Alright, so next person I wanted to talk to was John Lewis. I asked him, what does he think of what does he think of Donald Trump now? What do you think will, I asked, what do you think will happen to Donald Trump? And he said, I heard him say financial exposure, fraud exposure. Kimberly, he will not last, and then he will not last to the next few months. And I noticed in his energy, he wasn't angry. He was happy. He felt satisfied. He felt contented. He felt excited. And I pointed that out because all the other times he was yelling and upset. And I pointed that out to him, and he said, I am satisfied. This is good news. Things will begin to change for the better. His energy was so different that I started to get excited. And then he said, I asked how. He said, there is more evidence coming that will lead to his quick downfall. This is John Lewis, guys. And I said, what evidence? He said, concerning the election, be prepared. Things are going to unfold quickly. And then he said, I asked about Kamala. He said, I asked, is she coming back? He said, I can guarantee she will be. This is very exciting times. He was so different. He was so gleeful is the word. And like saying, like, I told you so. Like, I knew this would happen. And this is good. This is good progress for things to change. And he won't last. And he was just happy. Kicking his heels. Much different from all the other times I channeled with him. That was interesting. I channeled Kamala. I only got two messages from her. And she greeted me, hi, long time no see. I haven't channeled her in a long time. And I asked her what has she been up to? She said, I have been busy. I have a lot to say. It may cause a stir, but I'm prepared for the challenge. And then I said, is it about Donald Trump? She said, yes, Donald Trump and more. And then I disconnected from her. Everyone's energy felt different. B was serious. John Lewis was gleeful and excited. And Kamala felt clear and unburdened. So that was interesting. That was that. Okay, guys. Okay, let's look at Democrats and Republicans. So I'll do Dems first, and then REPUBS for the month of May. Let's see what's going on there. Let me just make sure these are all in order. They should be. Oh, they aren't. These are upside down. month of May. Show me their energy. Democrats. Three more shuffles. Sorry I'm taking so long, guys. Very distracted today. Okay. Very distracted. A Fool. Nice. Page of Pentacles. The Empress. Eight of Wands. Three of Cups. Very light. Very light. Five of Swords. Might be some spiciness happening on their part. These are Democrats, guys. Ten of Swords. The Sun. Very nice. Yeah. Five of Pentacles. Hold on, let me just double check. Okay. Five of Pentacles. Right here. Right here, actually. Ace of Wands. Ace of Swords. Wow. Very nice. This goes up here. Knight of Pentacles. Slow moving energy. Expansive, progressive, powerful, methodical. Interesting. Knight of Cups. Lots of Knights. The High Priestess. Got a few tricks up their sleeves, perhaps. The Hermit. King of Swords. Interesting. They're going to be moving smarter in May. Queen of Wands. Here's the Page of Wands. The Nine of Cups on the bottom. Queen of Wands, rather. A lot of court cards. This goes here. Page of Wands goes over here. Three of Wands. Let's see the ultimate outcome for the Democrats. Ultimate outcome. Six of Swords. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, so we have the Fool, Page of Pentacles, the Empress, Eight of Wands, Three of Cups, Five of Swords, Page of Wands, Ace of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, the High Priestess, Five of Pentacles, the Sun, Ace of Swords, Knight of Cups, the Hermit, King of Swords, Ten of Swords, Queen of Wands, and the ultimate outcome, the Six of Swords. Very nice. Okay. All right, so Democrats coming into the month of May. So over here we have the Ace of Swords, the Fool, the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, the Ace of Wands. Okay. And the Knight of Pentacles touching there. All right, so let's see here. Feels like they will be Ace of Swords and Ace of Wands. So the Fool is about new beginnings. It is number 0 in the tarot deck. So it's like with the Fool, you take a leap of faith, you take risks. Okay, you it's not that you don't care where you land, but there's something in the Fool's energy where the road is paved for you to go on a new journey, to move forward, you know, with something that may have been uncertain, may even still be uncertain. But because you have this, it's not necessarily a devil may care, but it's just like having faith. You know, you're just taking that risk because there's something there that you see is a new beginning. Okay, could be foolish, but I'm looking at the surrounding cards. We have the Page of Wands, which is also the risk taker. The Page of Wands also brings in news, so I think that's why the Fool is there. They may get some news that is making them feel this energy of, you know, carefree, of like, oh gosh, the road is paved, things are clear, so we can move forward into something new and better. It feels like coming into the month of May. Right, so the Page brings news. The Page throws their staff up into the air. They are risky. That could, you know, sort of affirm that Fool's energy, or feed the Fool's energy with the Page of Wands. But it also feels like news, with the Ace of Wands there. Okay, because you have the Ace of Swords on top. The Ace of Swords is new opportunities for intellectual expansion, new ways of communicating, new clarity, right? It's kind of Ace 1 1 0, you know, the Ace and the Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands. You have the Page of Wands who brings the news. The Fool is the beginning as well. Okay, start over for something new. Okay, so with these aces here, the Ace of Swords, new clarity, new opportunity for decisive action. Okay, and the Ace of Wands is there, and that's a card of action as well. Okay, it's also a card of news. So new opportunity with the Ace of Wands for new determination, new self-confidence. Okay, this is growth here that I see at the beginning of the month, for the Democrats. Okay, there's some sort of power or some sort of fire that something that uplifts them. Okay, something that makes them feel really good going into the month of May. And the Knight of Pentacles is there. And is that the Page? Nope, that's the Page of Pentacles. The Knight is here too, but the Page of Pentacles is there as well. This focused energy on your goals. Okay, slow movement. I always also look at the Page of Pentacles as help in some way, assistance. Okay, you know, and they're going to be expanding in some way, the Democrats. This is new, you know, it's like they are, with the Page of Pentacles here, they're learning something. They're learning how to maybe fight fire with fire. Okay, they're learning how to take decisive action when they can. It feels very, what's the word? Decisive is the only word that comes to mind. Strategic, you know, with the Knight of Pentacles there, this methodical movement. It's slow, it's a slow moving energy, but it's methodical and focused towards a goal. Okay, and you have the Empress there on top. But we'll get to that in a second. So here I would say they have, moving into May, there's something new that's going to ignite them. Okay, they're gonna be looked at differently, or it's something that is like fresh that is making them sort of breathe a little bit easier. It doesn't feel like all the other times I've read where there's this struggle here on the back end. Okay, so this, I would say, this is the first 2 weeks perhaps, or the first week, because as we move into the energy, we have again the Knight of Pentacles is on this. That's why I kind of feel like it's the first and second week. These are connected. Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles here, the Empress, the Page of Cups, we have the High Priestess. This feels they're doing something. They have some knowledge. They have something that they're holding close to their chest, it feels like. And something about power. The Empress, the Eight of Wands, something that they know will help something progress very quickly. This feels like alright, let me just back up and slow down. Okay. Knight of Cups, the Hermit, Eight of Wands, the High Priestess. This is all connected here. Okay? And so it feels like whatever the focus here, the slow, methodical, strategic sort of energy here, moving with the Knight of Pentacles, and the High Priestess is here, and this is something that they are holding on to, some sort of knowledge that they have. Okay? It feels serious. And as the Empress energy is here, it's about creativity, creating something new, projects, power, okay, planning, authority. You see that here with the page, with the moving backwards, with the Page of Pentacles moves into the Empress energy. Okay, and the secret, the High Priestess, this knowledge that they are holding on to, started down here. And it's propelling them forward. Okay. There's something that, with the High Priestess, there's something that they have hidden. That they may ready, you know, with the Eight of Wands here. This could be the things hidden that is making the progression faster. This could be the things that they, you know, it feels like they're, with the Ace of Swords here, it feels like, and the King of Swords is here, it feels like they're going to say something about whatever this is. And things will progress very quickly with the Eight of Wands. Okay? Let's see. Does the High Priestess represent important knowledge or information the Democrats have that they are not yet sharing in this reading? Okay, it's saying yes. Okay. Clear the center. Do the Eight of Wands in this reading represent the knowledge or information that the Democrats have? Okay, clear the center. Or will this information help them propel forward with something? Okay, saying yes. Okay. Right, because the Hermit is on top of here. The Eight of Wands is in the middle of the Hermit on top, and the High Priestess on bottom. On the bottom, the Hermit. The Hermit is multiple things I have talked about. Okay. In this instance, the Hermit could also represent secrets, a separation. Okay. But it feels like here in this reading, it feels like the Hermit, it's like they're at a crossroad even, you know, maybe perhaps trying to decide what to do with this information. Maybe the information is about roguery, dissonance, corruption. Let's see. Does the Hermit in this reading represent corruption? Does the Hermit in this reading represent corruption? Is swinging a hard yes. Okay. Okay, yeah, because, yeah. And it feels as though mid-month they're going to let loose about it. Either news will come out about corruption. I mean, it's par for the course, right? But this feels like it's something that's important and secret. Look at that page on there. Look at it almost looks like a newspaper in her lap. Okay. And, you know, the Eight of Wands here is quick progression, quick movement. And this feels like news. Just shooting out, shoot, news. It's information after information after information about something. coming out quickly because of the Democrats. Perhaps not directly, maybe indirectly. They are, with the Empress here, that will create this. And we have the King of Swords here. Assessing, right? Ace of Swords is at the beginning. The King of Swords is towards the end. Okay, and the King of Swords, they assess. They have full clarity. They're able to wade through the BS. They're able to be decisive. Okay, that's what they need to be, decisive, the Democrats, in their actions. Intellectual expansion. Okay, truth seekers, truth holders. Very interesting. Very interesting, because as we move towards the end of, see, this is the first 2 weeks. There's all this here. Maybe even the first 3 weeks. Okay, because the Three of Cups, so the King of Swords, the Three of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, the Queen of Wands, the Five of Swords, and the Sun. The Five of Pentacles here, moving out of isolation, moving out of quote-unquote victimhood, moving out of being out in the cold, getting the short end of the stick. They're literally walking into the sun here. From the cold, look at that. From the cold to the warmth. From bankruptcy to abundance, clarity, enlightenment, contentment, satisfaction. Three of Cups. I feel like the King of Swords and the Three of Cups are the people. Let's see. For some reason, I just feel that. Let's see. The King of Swords and the Three of Cups represent the collective. Okay. I forgot I'm going to pause here and I'm going to go back. The Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles is in between the Empress. Again, that same energy. Okay. Protecting this Empress here. These two knights. Knight of Cups, intuition. Intuition shows up a lot here. Okay. This is someone. Someone's energy is propelling the Democrats forward. Okay. Knight of Cups. Idealism, compassion, intuition, creativity. The Empress, creativity, idealism, nurturance. Knight of Pentacles, focus, stable, secure, reliable, okay, grounded, methodical, slow moving, in between the Empress, protecting this. All that the Empress encompasses: authority, nurturance, compassion, creativity, power, feminism, divine feminism, the divine feminine. All right, going back. So this is the collective. This is what it feels like is propelling them forward. From this energy into the sun, okay, you have the Five of Swords here. And the Five of Swords, I'm looking at this, and it feels as though they have won an argument. They have won something. Five of Swords is tricky because it is a card of conflict, but it feels as though there's a spiciness that the Democrats will utilize based off of some sort of power they come into, whether it be with information or something is making them feel emboldened enough. The sun is on underneath it. It feels like the gloves are off here. You know, the Five of Swords is a warning sometimes, and it's like, be careful. Don't cut corners. But it's also a card of strategy and shrewdness. And yes, it is winning at all costs. And it could be winning an argument, winning something. Okay, it's on top of the sun though. So I don't think it's always like that, but there's something they will do that will be spicy for them. Something unlike them, perhaps. Ten of Swords here on top of all of this. Ten of Swords, it is a painful ending, disappointment, but it's an end of pain. Okay, it's an end of despair. All right, it's on top of here with the Five of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. The Three of Cups, celebration. This is us. Okay, perhaps evaluating them. Perhaps support, perhaps looking at them like, okay, they're actually doing something. Not to say that they aren't doing anything, but that's how some people feel. Okay. Because it really feels like with the King of Swords and the Three of Cups, this is the collective, and we're looking at them and we're seeing them walk from this energy into this energy, and it's a satisfaction about it. Okay, with the Five of Swords here. All right, so these Ten of Swords it's a painful ending. It's an ending nonetheless. Okay, into hardship. And we have the Queen of Wands here with the Five of Swords. That's what I'm talking about, this sort of willful spiciness that the Democrats will come in to. It'll be impressive. It'll feel like people will be like, okay. More people, at least. I see a lot of people saying that they're coming, they've come into something, but a lot of people are still disappointed with them. And understandably. The overall outcome is the Six of Swords. Oops, that's in reverse. Nope, it's not in reverse. I picked it up in reverse by accident. Okay, Six of Swords is a card of transitioning into something new. We started with the Fool and we end with the Six of Swords. Healing, transition, elevation, moving into calm from chaos. Okay, that's what we want. All right, so very good. Someone, you see this person? This feels like someone will lead them here. Someone, perhaps the Empress. Perhaps the Empress. This energy here feels very important in this reading. Divine feminine energy, but that feels like a person. Okay, so that's the Democrats for the month of May. Let's look at the Republicans. They're feeling it, aren't they? They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. Didn't I say they would regret it? They would love it at first, but reality's starting to settle in. For a lot of them, I sense. And this is what y'all wanted. Some of y'all, I know some of y'all didn't want this because, but y'all got to be brave enough to stand up and say something. All it takes is a few people. You don't have to be afraid of this person who is weak. I don't get it. I never understood that kind of attitude. I don't care who you are. I don't care. Okay, Republicans. Maybe that's just my rub on authority that I've always had. I don't know. And I mean authority when it's used correctly. You know, I don't have a problem with authority, but I don't like when people don't have integrity. I don't like when people abuse their power. It really rubs me. Republicans for the month of May. I'm having a hard time. Republicans. Temperance. Interesting. Trying to find some balance. Let's see what the other cards say. Yikes. Five of Cups. King of Cups. Nine of Cups. Par for the course with them. A lot of cups. High Priestess. Knight of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles. Judgment. Interesting. Page of Swords. Knight of Cups. Lots of cups. Similar to we got the Knight of Cups too. Some of the cards we got this goes here. Page of Wands, the same sort of cards as the Democrats. And I'm starting to see what's happening. I am starting to see the picture. Ten of Wands. Something's very burdensome. They can't get it together. I'm not sure if that belongs there, but we'll leave it there for now. Two of Pentacles. They're unbalanced. They can't find balance for the life of them. They can't find it. Seven of Pentacles. Trying to build something. Trying to build something. Ace of Wands. I literally heard in my head, they're trying to hold on to something. Four Pentacles. And this came out when I said, they're trying to hold on to something. Tightly, it feels like. Queen of Swords. This is its own thing, I heard, by itself. Two of Swords. Two of Wands. Right here. Yeah. Page of Pentacles. Same cards. Eight of Pentacles. Okay. Give me ultimate outcome for Republicans. Ultimate outcome for Republicans. Okay, we have the Lovers, the King of Swords. These cards want to jump out. Oh no. They will have to make a choice about the truth. They will have to make a choice. They will have to make a choice. Okay. My God, so you could stop shuffling. You don't need any more. They will have to make a choice about the truth. Same cards as the Democrats. Same sort of story. A little bit different. Okay. Temperance. Five of Cups. King of Cups. Nine of Cups. Very emotional. The High Priestess. The Knight of Pentacles. Two of Wands. Ten of Wands. Judgment. Two of Swords. Four of Pentacles. Page of Swords. Page of Wands. Okay. Seven of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. Queen of Swords by itself. Okay. Knight of Cups. Ace of Wands. And the ultimate outcome. The King of Swords and the Lovers. Okay. They will be fighting, it feels. Okay. They will be fighting to... It's like... It feels as though... Let's start here. Okay. Ten of Wands, Temperance. On top of Temperance, the Ten of Wands. On top of the Ten of Wands and Temperance, the Two of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, the Five of Cups. Okay. And Judgment. This is the first, I want to say, 2 weeks. And there's a lot of pentacles here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pentacles. Okay. This is about the security and the stability of their party. And trying to find balance. Trying to expand. Okay. Trying to juggle. They're having a hard time here because the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Cups is here. It's very burdensome for them to keep whatever they're trying to keep up. Okay, so Seven of Pentacles here is about nourishing your plans, nourishing your goals, you know, for long-term stability. Your future goals, your present, you know, whatever's here presently, you want it to grow even more. Two of Wands is about your plans you've implemented. Okay. It's also a card of travel, like overseas, looking at, but ultimately looking out at the horizon and waiting for good things to come in. And that's also with the Three of Wands. Okay, Three of Wands isn't here. Temperance is about things being tempered and calm. Okay, it's about balance. It's about wisdom. And temperance is buried into here. Okay, the Five of Cups is here. I don't have that. Five of Cups is loss. Okay, it's grief, grieving a loss. And they always have two cups behind them. But do the Republicans look behind them to see the two cups filled? I'm not sure. Okay, some of them may be. But the Five of Cups here is about loss. Losing something, and they have lost their stability. They are in chaos right now. I see a lot of, even though there's not a, you know, there's this stability with the Pentacles. They have 5 Pentacles here. Okay? They are out of balance. They can't expand the way they want to. Because the Five of Pentacles is here, sucking that all up. And Judgment is here. It's very, okay, there's like so many words coming at me that I want to jump ahead quickly. The Ten of Wands here, okay, speaks to burden. Speaks to not being able to see in front of you. Because you're holding all these burdens, okay, and that's what they are doing. This is more about them. This is internal. Interesting. So they're trying to find a balance and they can't. It's very burdensome for them. They can't build the way they want to. The things that they're trying to pass or the things they have been trying to implement, they are not governing, like I've always said. But it's more apparent now. And they're starting to, before they were at the beginning, when I would read for them, it was all like, yeah, we're doing it, power, we have the power. But now the reality is starting to settle in like I said it would. Because now judgment is here. And so judgment demands that you look at yourself and take responsibility for your actions. Because the things that you were excited about and the nonsense you were involved in, now Judgment is the card of karma, okay? So it's coming back around. And all of these things that they thought they had, they don't. And they're confused about it. And so now they're questioning, oh, should we take, you know, what's going on here? They can't get up. They're not completely on the floor. But what I'm talking about internally, it feels a mess. There's no stability. They're trying different ways to get things calm, but judgment is here. Judgment is putting the pressure on. Okay? And it's telling them, hey, I'm here. It's time for you guys to look at the truth. The horn has been blown, and it's time to surrender to the truth of what you have done and where your party is now. Okay? Bankrupt with the Five of Pentacles. There's a lot of loss with the Five of Cups. You cannot expand the way you want to. You can't master the way you want to. Page of Pentacles is about help. Focus. They can't focus. They can't reset themselves. They're juggling a lot. Surrender is what Judgment is saying. Will they? First 2 weeks. Okay. So moving on we have the King of Cups, the Two of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, the face they put on. Page of Swords is what they're holding on to, trying to. They're trying to, but the Two of Swords is here on the other side. This is the first 2 weeks, honestly. This feels like the next 2 weeks, but we'll see as I go through. The High Priestess is their secrets. The Page of Wands is news coming out, right? Knight of Pentacles, slow progress. Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands. This feels most important for some reason with these cards here, because it feels, this is emotional for some reason. I'm gonna get back to this, okay? Because the King of Cups is here and the Two of Swords is on the bottom, and they just don't know what to do. It feels like they have no idea what they're doing. They've never had an idea, but they always had a purpose. Purpose isn't the right word. An intention. They've always had like an idea of what they're doing. But here it's the King of Cups is here. They're blinded. Their intuition, you know, they don't, emotionally there's some instability there. They're stagnant. There's a lot of emotions here with the King of Cups moving into the second half of the month of May. They're blinded. They're blinded. It feels like, oh, we don't know what's going on. What do we do? Panic, it feels like. And the Four of Cups, the Four of Pentacles here with the Four of Cups, it feels like that they're trying to hold on to the luxury. They're trying to, this could be the Nine of Cups here is what they could be presenting to the people, their constituents, or a realization that they have to hold on to this with the Four of Pentacles, or both. It sort of feels like, they're saying, if people are not satisfied with us, right? We could lose support, money, that's what it feels like here. Let's see. Do the Four of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups represent Republicans' fear of losing support? Does it represent Republicans' fear of losing support? They're saying yes. Okay. Because it feels like a scramble. Like, this is the face they put on with the Nine of Cups. But there's like the Four of Pentacles is not you, it's you not wanting to let go. It's a stinginess, holding on. And it feels, with these four cards in particular, feels emotional. It feels fearful, okay, that you are going to lose the support, the money, or whatever it is. In the Page of Swords, the Page of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Ace of Wands is their fight, okay? The Page of Swords is a card of information, intelligence. The Page of Wands brings news. Okay, my favorite card. They are risky and impulsive. This what might drive them into that's sort of, this is about them. This is also their behavior with the Page of Wands. Okay? It feels like scramble. It feels like with the Page of Swords here, this thing, right? This is connected to with the Four of Pentacles. But this information is news. And this information is the secret with the High Priestess. Okay? But remember, their emotional and their intuition is a little wonky here. Their instincts. Okay? And so they do have an opportunity with the Ace of Wands. That's their, and the Page of Wands too, that's their devil may care attitude, determination, courage, confidence to hold on to and block whatever this is. I'm telling you. A concerted effort with the Knight of Pentacles. It feels like they're going to find out a truth about something. And there may be a concerted effort to hold on to it, to stop it, to challenge it. Okay? Because you have the Knight of Cups here. On top. Page of Swords is the intellect. The High Priestess is the intuition and the secrets. And the Knight of Cups, rather, is the emotion, the intuition. And so I hope I'm making sense, guys. But because it feels like it feels, the Queen of Swords here, I didn't get to yet because it's its own thing. But this is very important for some reason. And there'll be a concerted effort here with the Ace of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles to protect whatever this is, the High Priestess, from being communicated openly with the Page of Swords. They'll get the news about it. The Page of Wands, because it goes up. My guides are telling me. And the Queen of Swords is someone, the courts perhaps, someone looking at something and scrutinizing whatever this is that they're trying to hold on to. Fight for, perhaps. But the ultimate outcome, the King of Swords and the Lovers. They will have to make a decision about the truth. The Lovers is about a decision. They have two choices. It's about balance. And they will have to make a decision, the Republicans, about the truth. And they will have to, because this reading is about communication, secrets, information, stability, and balance. Okay? And my guides are saying, in order to find balance, they have to make a choice about the truth with the King of Swords here. About integrity, about 3 major cards. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4 major cards that have to do with truth and balance and integrity and wisdom. Let's see what that choice will be. Let's see if they can tell me real quick. what is the choice they have to make about? Can you show me? What is the choice? Oh, they showed me the tower in my head. Look at the crown. That is insane. That's insane. A choice about the tower. A choice about their power, their leader. A choice to deconstruct, to destroy, and start over. Look at the crown on top. That's their choice. Take responsibility or don't. That's their choice about the tower. Where the king is. Look at the crown. That's their choice. I love that for them. All right, that was Republicans for the month of May. And you play stupid games, you get stupid rewards. It was all good. It was all good in the beginning. Y'all had it all. But you never look. Where's the Ten of Wands? You never look in front of what is in front of you. You can never. People like that, you never look. You just be like, it's all good. Let's make the vulnerable suffer so we could put money in our pockets. But you never see what's coming on the back end. The Judgment card is here. For real this time. It was lying in wait. But now it's saying it's time to pay the piper. Time to pay up. Make your choice. And the thing about the tower is, it'll happen whether you want it to or not. Choice will be made for you. Choice will be made. Anyway. What happened to Donald Trump's spirit at the Pope's funeral? All right. I think I want to grab... We're already an hour and 14 minutes in. Anyway, I need to grab one, Doc. Give me 1 second. All right. Okay, I don't know how this is going to work, but hopefully my guides will show me. Clear the energy. Now that y'all see Donald Trump sleeping at the funeral. Ciao. What happened to his spirit? Not gonna pull a lot of cards. What happened to his spirits? What happened to his spirits? To his energy? If anything. Can you show me? I'm just curious. Did you see how isolated he was? What happened to his spirit? Interesting. Page of Wands wants to come out so bad. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Hierophant. Look at that. Look at that. That's literally what we saw at the Pope's funeral. Queen of Pentacles. What happened to his spirit? I asked, was his spirit attacked? The Tower. The Hangman. The Page of Wands. Attack isn't the right word, but my words are limited. My brain is a bit slow today. The Devil. Eight of Wands. Oh. Temperance. Sorry about that. Hermit. Page of Pentacles. What ultimately happened to the spirit overall? Two of Wands. Justice is on the bottom. Justice and the Emperor. And the Four Swords. And the Eight of Cups. He may not want to play anymore. I'll put those to the side. Stretch. Three of Pentacles, the Hierophant. Queen of Pentacles, the Tower. The Hangman, Page of Wands. The Hermit, the Devil, Eight of Wands. Four Swords, Two of Wands, Justice, the ultimate outcome. Let's see. Oh. Path to Shadows Oracle cards. Let's see what it says here. I don't know what that says. I'm winging it here, guys. A ghoul. A ghoul. It says, in the shadows I dwell, feeding on what I can, not remembering when was the last time that life tasted well. I think that is par for the course. Okay, so this deck is about shadow work. And I'm going to pull one more, it's telling me. But we got Ghoul. Maybe that's why he went to sleep. Outside of being in, senior gentleman who traveled on the plane for hours. But Biden didn't fall asleep. Cauldron. Attention, alchemy, manifestation. Okay. Alright. Put these to the side. Okay. Okay, so the Hierophant is about traditions, okay? And it's about religious communities, religious sects, you know. Look at that. All those cardinals, what they were wearing. Is that what the Pope wears? I don't know. Look at those men. Okay, Three of Pentacles here. Things being done, you know, collaborating. Things being done secret, perhaps. Temperance, balance and harmony, wisdom. Tempering something. Perhaps that happened to a spirit. Well, interesting. Look at these wings. Look at this. Triangle in the middle of his chest. Bringing balance or finding balance. Okay. The Hermit. Queen of Pentacles. The Tower. What does that look like? Okay. Introspection. Hermit is also the card of roguery, dissonance, corruption. Queen of Pentacles here. Perhaps some sort of balance, security, foundational. It feels like a reset. Again, guys, I'm winging this here. I've never done this kind of reading. You know, spiritually, the Hermit is about your purpose and your destiny. Okay. Do you go left or do you go right? You're at a fork in the road with the Hermit. And like I always say, my guides tell me he's been giving multiple chances. Now he's not giving any more chances. And so the Queen of Pentacles with stability and security and long-term stability with the Tower next to it, maybe that is gone. The stability and the security. Okay. The Hangman, more delays. The Hanged Man. His time is up. The Devil here, we know what that represents. Okay, with that, you know, with the Tower next to it. And it's because he went to the funeral, is progressing faster with the Eight of Wands. His downfall. Delays, downfall, delays, progression. And next to the Hangman, next to the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is so youthful. They're quick. They have fun. And perhaps that happened to a spirit with the Hangman here. A pause in that. He doesn't come off particularly youthful though. But something changed, it feels like here. This sort of confidence the Page of Wands has. Perhaps that is the delay. The pause in his confidence. His progress. His willfulness. Four of Swords. A lot of change in perspective here. Four Swords, you're tired. You're burnt. And my guy did say he stretched too thin. Okay, the Emperor. Justice, Two of Wands, both about balance, both about purpose, your plans. Okay. Your destiny. So, you know, I mean, I don't know. Something happened to his spirit. Someone was evaluating him. I don't know if it, you know, I don't know if attack was the right word, but it feels as though, I mean, look at that card. The Hierophant. Something was called into question spiritually, you know. A balance brought back. Tries he didn't, oh, let me not say that. His suit didn't start smoking. He did fall asleep though. It's when you're most vulnerable, in your weakened state. Perhaps some spirits touched him. Alright. Let's look at Kamala's week ahead, and then we'll be done. So much for this not being a long video. I told you once I get going. I can't help it. I don't do it purposely. It just happens. Kamala Harris for this week of the 28th to the 3rd, May 3rd. I saw that she'll be coming out in my cards, and I saw that she will be speaking soon in a news article. So let's see what her week ahead will look like. And she told me she'll be speaking in her channeled messages. Six of Cups always comes out for her. We got, look, these cards sticking out. Justice, Knight of Cups, Kamala Harris, the Chariot. Ooh. Oh dear. Two more shuffles is telling me. 1, 2. Got the Four of Wands on the bottom. Queen of Cups. Oh, we got the Tower. Shaking things up. She said it will cause a stir. I'm ready for the challenge. Let's see what else we got. 10 of Pentacles, her legacy. 6 of Wands, her reputation, people looking at her, right here. Eight of Cups, right here. Wheel of Fortune. It's telling me it goes right here. The Empress. Let me just make sure the Tower's in the correct position, because I feel like it's not. Is the Tower in the correct position in this reading? Is the Tower card in the correct position in this reading? Saying no. Where does it go? Where does it go? Does it go? It's saying the beginning. It said at the beginning. Let's see. Let's pull this down. It said at the beginning. Is the Tower in the correct position now in this reading? Is the Tower in the correct position in this reading? I'm saying yes. Alright, we start with the Tower. So, where does this go? This goes here. Alright, let's see. Is the Eight of Cups in the correct position in this reading? Is the Eight of Cups in the correct position in this reading? Okay, go to center. Is the Empress in the correct position in this reading? Is the Empress in the correct position for this reading? Okay. Said yes to both. Alright, now that makes more sense. Okay. Alright. What will you say, Kamala? What will you say? Five of Swords. Let me just make sure these are not the same. Okay. Five of Swords. Right here. Three of Cups. Right here. The Devil. Right here. Judgment. Right here. She is coming in hot, eh? She is coming in hot. The Hangman. Something about perspective. Something about And the Hangman is its own thing here. My guides are telling me it's not something separate. Three of Swords. It goes here. It goes here. It feels like regret. Ace of Pentacles. Okay, ultimate outcome for this week for Kamala Harris. Ultimate outcome. Six of Swords. Wow. Interesting. So we have the Tower, the Six of Cups, Justice, Knight of Cups, the Chariot, Queen of Cups, Judgment, Five of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, the Empress, Three of Cups, Three of Swords, Six of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Pentacles, the Hangman here by itself, okay, and the Six of Swords as the ultimate outcome. Okay, so over here, it feels like it feels heavy, but it feels like, she's going to be talking. Let me see if she spoke today, because I'm not sure. Feels like she'll be communicating something very serious, and with Judgment there, she'll be speaking. With Judgment and Five of Swords, there's a spiciness there that the Six of Cups, her mother's wisdom, will be driving her forward. Okay. Yeah, it says Harris to criticize Trump in first major address since leaving office. Okay, and it feels as though with the Five of Swords is her criticism and the Judgment card is her criticism. Okay, and it will be it's gonna be interesting because the Tower is there, the Devil is there, the Three of Swords. She will not mince words. It's gonna shake things up, and she said in her channeled message, it will cause a stir. It will cause a stir, but I am ready for the challenge, she said. This will bring her a lot of attention. Okay? It will cause a lot of conflict. All here. And her, with the Tower, shaking things up, saying, criticizing, and it's not just going to be about him. Okay? Because it feels like with the Six of Wands here and the Six of Cups, well, let's look at the Six of Wands as her reputation, people looking at her, and she will be so, it feels like whatever she will say will be shocking, okay? And it will bring about a feeling of like, disappointment with the Three of Swords. Maybe even people looking at her and saying, man, we missed out, or because it's touching the Six of Wands. You know, Six of Wands is, yes, the card of victory and things like that. But it feels disappointing here. It's connected to the Tower, the Devil, and the Three of Swords here. This is her reputation, people looking at her, people supporting her, but there's also disappointment attached to it, because she will, whatever she will say will be so pointed and just like, ooh, it will shake the table. It will shake the table, because her driving force is the Six of Cups. The wisdom her mother placed upon her, and telling her what her destiny is and what she was put here on earth for. That will be her driving force. Ten of Pentacles is her legacy. She ain't gonna burn something, y'all. Anyway, Ten of Pentacles is about her legacy and long-term stability. But she was told why she's here, her purpose. Okay, she will show her power. Justice here is justice. Okay, it's about purpose, it's about balance, it's about literal justice. It's an I told you so. This is her I told you so. Let's see. Does the Justice card represent Kamala Harris's I told you so in this reading? Does the Justice card represent Kamala Harris's I told you so? Yes. It's what's the word? Words are hard for me today. Need a thesaurus. Vindicated. That's the word. This is her vindication. This is our vindication. Okay. All right. So this week, people are going to be like, yeah, she's right. Okay. Knight of Cups, Eight of Cups. Next to Justice. Knight of Cups is your intuition, your compassion driving you. She's gonna know where she's going after that. After this, she's gonna know where she's going. The Eight of Cups here, moving into more calmness. Okay, moving into something better, despite uncertainty, because of your confidence that it's gonna be fine. And the Empress is next to it. Oop, too close. Okay. Moving into her power, okay, her authority, plans she had perhaps put to the side, they're more clear now for her as you move through the week. You have the Chariot here. Listen, the Chariot is, you are right at the winner's circle. Nothing can sway you or knock you over. It's like, yeah, this was stolen from me, but I'm the one on top now. That's the power she will be displaying this week in her speech. With the Chariot here. I'm the one that has the power. Actually, I'm the winner. Literally and figuratively. Okay? The Wheel of Fortune. The Hangman, I feel I just went backwards, okay? Because I forgot about this card. This is like those who, I feel as though, because it's coming right after the Six of Wands, but it's by itself. It's not touching anything, my guides told me. The Hangman feels like people's perspectives switching. People who didn't support her perhaps, Not Trump supporters, but people who are on the fence, people who maybe have criticized her. Let's see. After her speech, they're looking at her differently, perhaps. Does the hangman saying yes before I even say anything? Does the hangman represent people who were on the fence about Kamala Harris changing their perspective on her? Swinging yes, pretty hard. Okay, so that's what that represents. All right, so going back, Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Pentacles, new expansion, keys to the kingdom, new growth, keys, new beginnings for new opportunities, new stability, security with the Ace of Pentacles. Moving forward, new opportunities to expand. The Wheel of Fortune is here. She's not been lucky. The Wheel of Fortune on top of the Chariot, on top of the Queen of Cups, the Three of Cups, celebration. This is us. Maybe perhaps protesting. This is us though. Let's see. I'm not sure it's protesting, but that's the collective energy and her energy. This is not to make it about us. There's a Three of Cups. Does the Three of Cups represent the collective? Yes. Queen of Cups. That's her driving force. We're below the Queen of Cups. Her compassion, intuition, emotional stability. Okay. Nurturance, her understanding, her patience, her intuition, going with the flow of life. She's gonna be in the flow this week. Okay. She's gonna be good. Focus. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 major cards. 8 major cards. This is a big week for her. Okay, and the ultimate outcome is Six of Swords. We got the Six of Swords as the outcome. This is her. This is her. From chaos to calm. Okay. Healing, transition, elevation, moving forward, emotional healing, mental healing, clarity. She will know where she is going. Okay. So this reading is about vindication. Okay. Shaking the table. Her mother and her mother's wisdom that she's passed on to her about her, who she is and why she's here. Her reputation, people supporting her, people regretting not voting, those who didn't vote, even though she didn't win a free and fair election. She's going to say something that will shake the table. Ten of Pentacles, okay, about her legacy, right here, on top of all of that, her purpose. All right, finding balance, moving into something new, transition, healing. It's going to be an interesting week. Okay, that was Kamala Harris, guys. All right, that's all I got. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Q&A. Okay, please like. I get like so many views. The likes ain't adding up, guys. Even dislike it if you don't like it. Please like, please subscribe, please share. And again, if you want a personal reading, you can email me moonlightenergy15@gmail.com. Okay? Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy your evening. And I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.